The case now is like when you retire and when you change job, the one who is going to replace you is your people, the one that you train. That's a pride that you have to take. So remember this function of directing. The focus here is to guide, to lead, to coach, to mentor, to motivate your people. Hello. So once again, this is another set of video that you could actually look at and try to view. And for this one, I'll be talking about directing. Now, before I talk about directing, so we have different cases, different scenarios that I have provided for your learnings, to aid the learnings. And I hope that all of those cases that you already encountered, it will enlighten you with what management really is. Okay, so for now, we're going to talk about directing as a manager's job, as part of the management functions. So you plan. After you plan, you make sure that everything is well organized, and then everything is organized. You have someone to ensure that all activities are properly implemented, that all activities are properly given. All of the activities are well, I would say, well implemented, and what we call this, well followed, by each and every organizations or department within the organization. Okay, so we have the staffing there. So we talk about how important staffing is. Now we're going to talk about what is this directing. Okay, so we talk about staffing. We had people already inside the organizations working for the company. Now we need someone to lead them. We need someone that would make sure that all functions, all directions are well guided. We have to make sure that whatever is the company wanted to achieve is well planned, or it's like well properly organized, and it's well properly managed. Okay, now we need someone we need a function that would guide our people. We need a function that will oversee the performance of our people. We need a function that would achieve the predetermined goals of our business or company, and even the goals of our workers. We need a function that will encourage our subordinates. We need a function that will make sure that each and every people within the organizations are working effectively and efficiently. Okay, so we need that function, and that function is directing. Okay, so what is this directing all about? Okay, so it's directing actually is a function of a manager, or someone that, or a leader within the organization. I would say the leader. No, so what is this for? Directing is to ensure that all activities are well guided. Or there is someone that will oversee the performance of each and every employees. Okay? That's why this function needs to be there, because this is a function wherein all that on the first three that we have, this function will be the one to ensure that whatever is planned, whatever is organized, whatever the people is doing are well coordinated. And this is also the function that making sure that each and every individual are well encouraged, that each and every individual will achieve not just the company goals, but it's in each and every individual goals as well. That's directing. Okay, because without this, the first three is nonsense. Okay, because who will lead? who will guide, who will mentor, who will coach the people. Okay? So, you as a manager, having this job, you're not just simply like telling them what to do. It's your job how to motivate them. It's your job to show them what they are going to do. It's like, look at me, I'll do it. Then do it, I'll watch you. Then we'll do it together. It's the concept of that. Okay? Gone are those days with those old managers like just tells you what to do. Hey, do this, do this, do this, this, and this. And then when you commit mistakes, you're just, gonna be given some sanctions or whatever. No, gone are those days. Managers should lead by example. You have to show to your people that, hey, this is how you're gonna do it. That, hey, if you commit mistakes, if you have any problems, you have any doubts, just ask questions. Do not hesitate. This is the function that will ensure that each and every individual within the organization will grow. Okay? You as a leader, you have to train your people that someday, somehow, when you are promoted and maybe change your career and leave the company, it's your pride that who gonna replace you is just your people, because you properly train them. But it's like, an insult when you are promoted or you leave the company for some reason, for a good reason, and who is going to replace you is coming from the outside, because the people, your subordinates, whom you should be developed during your time, is not ready or doesn't even know what to do. Why? Because you didn't teach them. You did not coach them. You did not mentor them. So you as a manager, make it sure, because it's our, sometimes it's sad to say that we Filipinos sometimes are afraid being replaced by someone below us. No, it's not the job. It's not the case now. The case now is like when you retire and when you change job, the one who is going to replace you is your people. The one that you train. That's a pride that you have to take. So remember this. Function of directing. The focus here is to guide, to lead, to coach, to mentor, to motivate your people. Okay? Those are the focus of the so-called directing. There's so many things what you're going to do, but the main thing in terms of direction, in terms of directing, is just how you make these people work. No, not by fear, but by respect. How you make these people say that, hey, I'm gonna work for my company. Okay? My loyalty is not for my boss. My loyalty is to the company. Iba kasi, what they gonna do is like, hey, maintain your loyalty to me if you don't want to lose your job. No, maintain your loyalty to the company. Okay, no matter what your position is. No, maintain your loyalty to the company, because you work for the company. Yes, your boss are there to guide you. Okay? It is there to guide you, but there will be times that boss will gonna leave you because of promotions, or maybe a greener pasture outside. So what will gonna happen? You lose interest of working. But if your job, if your loyalty is with the company, no matter what happened, you work hard, because this is for the company. When the company grow, I grow. So make that habit, make that attitude. So once you become a boss, remember what I said. Lead, guide, mentor, coach. Okay? Lead by example. That's the best thing that you can do. Okay? Lead by example. Okay? So that you will gain respect. Okay? Now, so what was this following? The direction has different characteristics as we talk about in our discussions. We have pervasive function. We have continuous activity. These are the characteristics of direction. So you have human factor, creative activity, executive functions, or delegate functions. We'll definitely mention directing is a job of a manager. Yes, it has an executive function. Yes, it can be delegated. No, but remember, the liability when you delegate your job to someone else. If that someone else commit mistakes, the liability doesn't rely to that people, to that someone. It's still with you as a manager. Okay, so when you delegate your job, it doesn't mean that you delegate, the responsibility. I mean, that you're delegating the liability when someone commits mistake. No, it's still you. Okay, so that's why you have to train your people so that if you're not there, they can work alone. They can work as a team. They know their individual functions. It's not just like when you're there, they will work properly. No. Whether you were there or not, the effectivity, the efficiency, it's still there. That's why the commitment of being a manager is not that easy. Okay? The creativity of being a manager sometimes is not easy. But if you know how, you can do it. Okay? You can do it. Now, what's the importance? So it's like as we mentioned, so directing initiates actions. Definitely. It's not just you just ask your people to do it, show them how to do it. And it creates efforts. Yes, definitely. It's not just because you're a manager, you just simply sit down and just wait for something. No. It requires a lot of effort. You just keep on thinking how you would improve the performance of the business, how you will improve the performance of your people. Because if they improve, the company improves, what it says. Okay. The importance of directing, as I've mentioned, is also a source of or a means of motivations. As I've mentioned, when you lead them, when you guide them, when you coach them, when you mentor them, that's the best motivation that you could provide to your people. Remember that. Okay. So proper directing, proper leading the people, or the right direction for your people will certainly motivates them to work better. Okay. Now, what's the other importance of directing? It provides stability. All right, as I've mentioned, if you have these people respect you, if you have these people properly guided, the stability of the business will definitely stay. That's the reason why when you are being hired right now, one of the character, yung interpersonal skills. Sabi nga ng iba, your attitudes is better than your skills. Because, the attitudes cannot be changed. But skills can be taught and can be developed. No matter how good you are, but the attitude that you have is not appropriate for an organization, then you won't stay long in your job. Okay? You won't provide stability in your organization if your attitude is definitely not acceptable. So, learn to be a manager like the focus is to train your people. Learn a manager, the focus is to how to develop your people. Because it's your, as again, it's your pride when they got promoted when you left. Okay? Then coping up with changes, then efficient utilization of resources. So those are other important things in terms of directing. Kung if there's a direction, if there is someone who leads, then definitely everyone would know how to utilize their business, how to utilize their organization's resources. Okay? All right? So that's organizing. So remember that. Lead, guide, coach, mentor. Let your people grow. Okay? Motivates them by just showing them how you lead them. Lead by example. That's the best thing that you can do to make your people well motivated. Okay? Show them that you know what you're doing. Show them that you know what they are doing, so that they will not just tell you, this boss is just keep on telling us what to do, but he doesn't even know what to do. Show them. Okay? So lead by example. All right? So that's the best thing when it comes to directing. Okay, for now, I'll be doing the last video, when it comes to management. So on the next video, we're going to talk about controlling. Have a nice day, everyone.